Hello everyone and welcome back to Crypto Atlas. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about Bitcoin and Ethereum. Got a little bit of news. I'm going to try and condense things down even more than what I used to do before, so I'm continuously revamping things on the channel here. I'm trying to give you guys the best experience. If you are new to the channel, do not forget to hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up like button. It is greatly appreciated, and also click that bell icon. Excuse me. All right, so let's go ahead and hop on into the social media news over on Twitter. If you guys want to check me out, I am at Atlas Official TV. My handle is right down on the bottom of the screen right there. I might change it in the future. Michael Saylor says Microstrategy has purchased an additional 253 Bitcoins for $15 million in cash at an average price of $59,339 per Bitcoin. As of April 5th, 2021, we hodled 91,579 Bitcoins acquired for $2.226 billion at an average price of $24,311 per Bitcoin. This guy is going into full-on beast mode, man. All right, some other things that we want to go ahead and highlight. I did retweet some stuff over on my Twitter account. You guys can go check that out. But for highlights of things, cryptocurrency market is now worth over $2 trillion. This is doubling in just a couple months. We actually hit $1 trillion back in March. Sorry, back in January. I guess some of my throat it's throwing me off here. So yeah, we hit $1 trillion back in January. So in just a couple months, we've actually been able to double all of that. And for Bitcoin just by itself, it's accounting for approximately $1.1 trillion. Something else that's interesting, Bitcoin Cash, which is a fork. It's a hard fork off of Bitcoin itself. And, you know, a lot of people don't look very favorably on it. There are, I guess you could argue and say that there are a lot of people that do look favorably on it. But it's one of those things, you know, like, yeah. By the way, I'm not a financial advisor. Let me just let you guys know everything I say is my own opinion on this stuff. But the website was listed on GoDaddy for $100 million for sale. That's right, $100 million. But it turns out, supposedly, it wasn't supposed to be there. So Roger Ver, the guy who is for Bitcoin.com, which is not for Bitcoin Core, which is BTC, what everyone knows, he has Bitcoin.com for Bitcoin Cash, and he's holding on to it. So a lot of people get misled. They go to that website and they think it's for regular Bitcoin, and then it turns out it's for Bitcoin Cash. On Monday, Bitcoin.com appeared as a premium domain available for purchase on GoDaddy, the world's largest domain registrar, for a minimum price of $100 million. Then Ver contacted GoDaddy on Twitter and demanded that the listing be removed immediately, saying, "Please remove this fake news that is damaging my real brand. Why are you listing my domain for sale?" Yeah. So, interesting way of wording that and everything. I don't know. It just seems really fishy to me. Moving on over to some Ethereum news. Ethereum, $560 million in Ethereum left cryptocurrency exchanges yesterday. This puts the amount of Ethereum on exchanges at a 19-month low. There is something that is comparable for Bitcoin. I was trying to remember where I just saw it. I may have retweeted it earlier today, and I apologize about this, guys. But we're seeing it at, I'm 90% sure on this, it was 14 months. I'm 90% sure that we're at a 14-month low for Bitcoin on cryptocurrency exchanges. Further news, Grayscale, they want to turn their Bitcoin fund into an ETF. And there's a couple things that are important if that ends up happening. One of which is that the management fee they said is going to be reduced if the fund gets converted to an ETF. They're not disclosing as of right now what that number is going to be. Next up is Grayscale Trust has other disadvantages currently, and that's compared with the Bitcoin ETF. Investors who subscribe to new shares issued by the fund have to wait for 6 months before they can trade that stock on the secondary market, while investors in ETFs don't face that kind of restriction. So if they get that to push through, there's probably going to be way more institutional demand that comes in. There are people that are waiting for a Bitcoin ETF in the United States. We already have one in Northern America and Canada, and I believe there's one in like Switzerland or Sweden, something like that too. Again, excuse me about that. And now we go ahead and hop on over to the charts here. Bitcoin on the technical radar. I'm so sorry, guys. Bitcoin on the technical radars are suggesting a strong buy. You guys take a look at the RSI right here, and it also looks like it's just a little bit above the median zone. So we got plenty of room to grow with this, and Bitcoin was going very, very well over here the last 2 days. As you guys can see, we had a low point $56,422, and went all the way up and tested that top level resistance, which I've had in my previous videos. We've already established this stuff. And that was at $59,251.76 for the day. If this plays out going sideways, guys, before we have a decisive moment, whether we're going up or down, that could technically play out, according to my chart pattern at least. This would be approximately April 21st as of the last deciding day, where everything gets squeezed so tight together that it has to make a move. And something to keep in mind too, we have histories of this, not just with cryptos, it happens with stocks too. You might see what looks like a breakout occurring in a daily candle closure, and you think, oh, it's going to go way up here, right? But in reality, what ends up happening is it goes up a little bit, closes, and then the next day it ends up dropping back down and then continues to go sideways in this direction. So that's why with trends, we want to look for ideally 3 points of instances instead of just 2. Strong trend being more instances, obviously. So right now, we had a bounce off the top level resistance. We have about 27 minutes left for the daily candle closure. This is likely to close below this level of resistance. And volume you can still see is overall very lackluster. So you got a lot of crypto that's being moved off of exchanges, activity that's taking place, pretty minimal by comparison, a lot of the stuff that we've been seeing here. Last time that we had a nice substantial candle was back on March 25th, and that was actually a selling day, but there was a lot of pressure going back and forth on that. And you guys can see the last time we had a really nice green candle, really nice green candle, was ideally that was back on like February 8th. So sometime this month, I think we've got a good chance at seeing a pretty nice green candle. We got to keep an eye on what's going on in the news and everything else, because some things could end up catching us off guard with this stuff, right? And there we go. Get rid of that. So let's go ahead and go over some of the key levels for you guys. Let me go ahead and drag that on out as well and get this saved. All right, so we're going to go through these pretty fast. Keep that in mind. Right now, we have support at $58,572. If it drops below that, we do have support then at $57,584. A further level drop as of tomorrow is more than likely going to be approximately $57,000 as this 21 EMA continues to move. On the way up, we do have resistance for tomorrow. That's going to be looking at $59,263. It's a little bit lower, but we're still pushing right underneath that point of $60,000, right? $60,000 is a key level we need to get above. We've been struggling for that for a while now. You guys can see a lot of different bounces taking place with that. If we manage to break above 60,000, then we could head up to the Fibonacci sequence at $64,465. Beyond that, then we've got a lot of space to go. This purple line right here is based on a repeated pattern trend that I had set up from a run that took place back in the middle of December last year. So in theory, if we wanted to get back on track, being towards $100,000 at the rate interval of what that happened, we would have a lot of ground. I mean, we'd have to be up in the $80,000 kind of range right now, or up here it's actually suggesting $90,000 for tomorrow. So that is more than likely not going to end up happening, right? So let's keep that in mind. Okay, now let's go ahead and go hop on over to what's happening with Ethereum. Taking a look at Ethereum, it is above $2,100. And what is going on? I'm trying to move my chart stuff here. There we go. That's a little bit better. So as of the day, we had a high of $2,137. And the previous all-time high was just a little bit above that. We actually hit $2,143, I believe. The RSI is actually looking quite well. We're just starting to get close to the top of being overbought territory, but we still have plenty of room even with that, especially in a nice bull run. Technical radars are suggesting buy, still kind of bounced a little bit towards neutral, which is interesting when you think about this. Look at how this angle is going up with this direction, guys. We're creating a little bit more of a gap. Right, actually it's kind of coming in a little bit closer here. I'm combining some of my words here too, if you guys can hear that. So we're getting a little bit closer towards that 21 EMA as it continues to move upwards in this direction. If we move sideways, then these end up coinciding together, converging together. All right, so key levels to look out right now for Ethereum. We have support being established on that Fibonacci sequence. That's at $2,045. Below that, it's going to be at $1,969. Below that, it's going to be at $1,943. Then we hit $1,908, and that 21 EMA is more than likely going to be right around $1,885 or so for the day tomorrow. Volume is pretty lackluster as well. So we're still waiting for a bunch of activity to start coming in, guys. We break above our previous all-time high, then we get another level up at $2,436. Ideally, we're going to be hitting these $100 increments as we work our way up to that level itself. And then beyond that is going to be 2,500 as a key level. So overall, I am bullish on both Bitcoin and Ethereum, primarily because of the fact we keep establishing ourselves above the 21 EMA. There's nothing in the news that seems to be very like threatening right now. Major governments, this and that, weird regulations, whatever. Like, so overall, everything looks good. More institutions are buying Bitcoin. We see that more of it is being incorporated in things like Visa, MasterCard, PayPal, Cash App, that kind of stuff. It's more readily accessible for the retailers. It almost feels like the institutional investors are getting everything prepared so that they can milk this thing as much as they possibly can, so that once the retailers come in, it's going to massively flood this. This is my own opinion on this, but I think that we definitely have that potential coming in. We're seeing so much being moved off of exchanges. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the video there. I do have referral links in the description, guys. So if you want to earn some bonus crypto, you can use my referral links to sign up with Coinbase, Gemini, as well as BlockFi. As an affiliate, I have a bonus code so you guys can earn up to $250 worth of bonus cryptocurrencies by using my affiliate code. I've also got Webull and Robinhood. So if you guys want to earn some free stocks, feel free to check out those links as well. And once again, please don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up like button. It definitely helps me out and I appreciate it. Click the bell icon so you can stay up to date with everything. I'll have a separate video talking about altcoin news today and a separate video also on Decentraland, a playthrough of a cryptocurrency game. And I might even do something in stocks today. So let me know in the comments what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.